Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, back again for another educational video, and today I'm going to be answering the question, Levi, can you play all of these transcriptions that you post here on YouTube? Well, the answer to that is very obvious. Yes, I can play every single last note. Please just don't ask me to prove that to you. No, of course I can't play all of these transcriptions. When you look at somebody like Guthrie Govan, or any of the great shreddy players that I've put on my channel, we're talking about incredibly high level players here, like Olympic level skill on the instrument. So my ability to understand what's going on is not quite the same as my ability to execute the ideas that are going on. Now, of course, I am in a better position than a lot of people are going to be in terms of the options of practice. Let's put it that way. That seems about right. Because if there is something that is technically demanding, I can break it down, understand it, and then practice the fragments slowly and build up speed and technique over time. But that doesn't mean that I'll actually achieve said goals. So I don't like to think of it like that. I'm not doing these transcriptions to show what a player I am. I'm doing these transcriptions actually to help you guys out. I hope you enjoy these videos. That's really the focus. But of course, I'm transcribing things that are interesting to me. So what does that mean? What does it mean when I say this is interesting to me? I'm not talking about, wouldn't it be interesting if I could play that? I'm talking about, wouldn't it be interesting if I understood that? Because I, of course, I am a teacher. I am an educator, right? But I'm a player. I am a player, and I go out and I gig, and I'm really big on improvisation. That's a big part of everything that I do. I play in a soul band, but I'm just improvising all night in that setting, and it's great fun. And I think that the best way to learn that skill is to understand how other people speak. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's draw another parallel, right? I'm sure you all have favorite films, right? We all have favorite films. And you'll have favourite films that you've watched 10, 20, 50, maybe even 100 times. And I'm sure that you could quote some of the sections of that film. You could quote some of your favourite lines from a film. You can imagine a scene from a film and quote your favourite parts from it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you could recite the entire script accurately from start to finish. To me, that's really the question that's being asked. When you say, can you play all of the things that you're transcribing, Levi, you're really asking, can you recite an entire script back to me? I'm not interested in the memory side of things from learning the entire thing. I'm interested in the details that interest me. So think of yourself less as an actor that needs to learn an entire script, and think of yourself more as a script writer who likes to read as many scripts as he possibly can. So when it comes to him writing his own ideas and coming up with his own vision of a film, or vision of a scene, has all of this influence to draw upon. I'm not a builder, but I'm an architect. I have an understanding of how building is made, and I like to look at blueprints and draw up blueprints for things so I can understand how other people have done things, and that helps to influence how I make my buildings. So, very simple answer. No, I can't play all of these transcriptions. That doesn't mean that it doesn't seep into my playing. In fact, yesterday we did the Robin Ford transcription, and there's a great little melody that he plays in there. Which some people said is a quote from America, from West Side Story. Other people said it's a quote from The Lion King. Well, that live recording was 5 years before The Lion King came out, so it's definitely not that. Having strong melodic ideas like that in your playing, being able to quote things when you're improvising, is just a big part of the style. And I think the more you transcribe and the more you listen to great ideas, the more language you pick up. In the same way that when you spend time with a friend who has certain turns of phrase, you start to copy their inflection, copy the phrases that they use, copy the little in-jokes that you have with each other that don't work with anyone else. It comes from spending time with a person and stealing their identity. I live in Scotland. I have a lot of Scottish slang in my speaking. I don't show it on YouTube, but this is just a big part of the vocabulary up here, the vernacular that everyone uses. I use that because I'm absorbing it. I'm fitting in. So transcribing as many things as I do and as often as I do really helps to imprint some of these ideas into my mind on more of a subconscious level, without it being a case of learning every single thing note by note so you can be a copy of a player. I'm not really interested in being a carbon copy clone of a player, but I am interested in having enough influence from a player that elements of their playing show up in my improvisation, as more of a tip of the hat to them. So there's the simple answer. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, please do let me know in that comment section below. Maybe you can play all of my transcriptions. If you can, fascinated to see it. Again, let me know in that comment section below. Lastly, I want to say a huge thank you to all my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. I couldn't be making these videos without these incredible people here and their incredible support. So thank you very much for your love, kindness and generosity over the years, guys. It means that I can spend more time making YouTube videos, and now, of course, making free transcriptions on YouTube every day rather than just doing private ones is a lot of fun too. So you check us out over there, get access to weekly guided practice routines, weekly guided ear training sessions, and if that doesn't suit, you can also check out one of my books. I have many books available. Some would argue far too many books, but I'm I'm happy with the books, and there are more coming. So you want to be a real doll, head on over to Amazon, grab yourself a copy of Guided Practice Routines for Guitar, my latest book. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Much love, guys, and I will see you for probably a transcription tomorrow. I'm going to go and transcribe something for you. Laters.